learn to go where you're going. This is a one-way journey.
Straight down!
Welcome to Cooking with GamesMaster. Tonight, we'll be making a great show. First, take some video game violence, mix in a liberal dose of blood, and a sprinkling of breasts for the boys. Cook until the complaints flow, and serve with 3 challenges. Now, today, we're baking these challenges in a pecan gory sauce, because every game today is guaranteed to offend. So, let's go over to GamesMaster for the first one. Oh, that's not going to work.
The first challenge of the proceedings is the blood-soaked, beat-em-up Katsumi Ninja on the Jaguar. The 2 characters I've selected, the Brave and the Ninja, are both unforgiving types, armed with some spectacular special moves. Since this is the gore show, keep an eye out for some truly gruesome fatalities.
And letting the first blood on our gory special, we have Carl Wright and Mark Veal. Okay, this is the gory show where we're doing everything sick and disgusting. Carl, what's the most sick, disgusting thing you've seen in your life?
Well, it has to be my mum's casserole, doesn't it?
I take it her name's not Delia Smith then.
No. This thing tastes better coming up than it does going down.
Mark, what about you? What's the most disgusting you've ever seen?
There was this one dead cat I saw get run over.
Excellent. What did it look like?
Well, the eyes were bulging out a bit and it did smell.
Oh,
No, that was left over my mum's casserole, mate. You got that wrong.
Right, while we await the avalanche of complaints from parents everywhere, we'll take a look at today's news. To kick off our Gore special news, a particularly gruesome story from the world of the internet. The latest addition to the National Library of Medicine archive is the Visible Human Project. Joseph Jernigan, a top murderer bloke executed last year in Texas, donated his remains to science, and boy did they make the most of them. His body was sliced into thousands of cross-sections, photographed, and the images placed on the internet for medical researchers all over the world to study.
100 cc's of high-speed steel. That's what's dangerous.
Chainsaws, nails, and hacksaws, essential ingredients for the latest American craze, Robot Wars.
Well, this is part of a robot. One of my big jobs will be to keep that bowling ball swinging real good.
The combat takes place over 3 rounds. The last robot standing wins the contest.
You figure if you got a spiked salmon ball whopping you in the face, it's gonna really rip you apart. Hey, you want some red meat? You want some?
I could still, obviously, have any of these boys in a fight.
Okay, ability.
Heretic is the latest game to leap straight up the jackseat of the Doom bandwagon. The game's a kind of medieval version of the classic PC game, but allows you to look up and down as well, and wet many a pant at last weekend's Las Vegas CES. The game is out on shareware from next week. Those people with the original Doom can spice it up with one of the many add-ons available for just a couple of quid. Alien Doom, for instance, turns your enemies into those pesky critters from the Alien films, gives you extra weapons, levels, and rude sound bites. Or if you're feeling more whimsical, other add-ons will have you fighting Barney the Dinosaur, that bastard Energizer Bunny, Daleks, or even Bill Clinton.
Thank you, and fuck you.
Right, we're just about to play Katsumi Ninja. It is very gory, so if you are offended at all by blood and stuff like that, then Joss Bilson from Total is with me. Joss, what's the most disgusting thing you've ever seen?
Most disgusting thing? Had an operation on my eye a couple of years ago. There was an infection in the back of it, behind the eyeball, and there's this horrible gunk in there, but green gunk. They had to scrape off the back of the eyeball with a scalpel thing. Got a lot of blood in there as well, in the back.
Excellent.
Horrible mess.
How could you see it, though, if it was in your eye?
They actually took little pictures of it with one of the tiny cameras that the doctors have. Amazing use of technology to take pictures of the back of my eye.
Oh, get on with it.
Okay, right, best of luck, Carl, best of luck, Mark. It's a 3-bout situation. Whoever wins 2 of them will get a golden joystick. Let the fighting begin. Okay, Carl is playing the Indian Brave on the left. Mark is playing the ninja guy in the dark pyjama suit. At the top of the screen, you can see the energy bars. There's swords. The more blood that's on the swords, the weaker the character is getting. And it's the Indian Brave, really, Joss, that's taking a pounding in the early bits of this fight.
He has indeed. The ninja's come out very well, surprised him with an early teleport, and he's got a couple of fireballs in. A couple of good high kicks as well, but hopefully the Brave will fight back now.
Oh, nice throw there for Ninja. Well, that took quite a bit of energy off the Ninja. He didn't seem to be going for the kill, though, the Indian Brave. When he's got him down, maybe he should be going in more, Joss, yeah?
No, what he does, he wants to keep pounding away, get a lot of damage from him, and then go in for fatality at the end. That's what we want to see.
Oh dear, the Ninja's got a couple of big moves here. What are we going to see here? He kicks him, he's down.
That's it.
Oh, and he jumps right on his
Look
head.
at the gore on this. I've never seen that much red in a video.
Lovely finale there. So, Mark takes the first bout. Off we go for bout number 2 then. A bout that Carl, as the Indian Brave, must win. What do you want to see then from the Indian Brave this time, Joss?
I want to see the Indian Brave get his knife throwing. And he's doing a lot of good work close up.
He seems to be a bit stronger, actually.
He is stronger, he's a big fighter. When he gets in close, that's when he's doing the damage.
He's tapping a disco beat on the Ninja's face there.
He is. He's not a pretty lad, but he's effective.
And in fact, the Ninja hasn't... Oh, he's just got a couple of hits. Oh, a couple of fireballs that are not the Brave up. This is a much better round from the Indian Brave.
He is. He's putting up a good fight here. Hit him in the back of the head. The Ninja's in a lot of trouble. Here's a finish move.
Down now, what are we going to get here? Oh, it's an uppercut to finish it off. So, that means that Carl... Oh, no, he's put down in his head. And his head's gone. Which means it's 1 bout all. Time to go for the third and final bout now. Who do you think's going to win at this stage, Joss?
My money's on the Ninja.
You reckon he's a bit scared, actually, Joss?
You reckon he's a runner?
He doesn't want to get in. He doesn't want to enter the close-up rough stuff.
Would you? Though, look at the size of that man. He's enormous.
I'd be more frightened of his waistcoat, actually.
It's not pretty, is it?
Okay, the Indian Brave is getting up pounding this time. You can see from the blood on the sword. He's doing very badly.
Good throw. Ninja's moving about well. He's got him where he wants him.
Okay, the Indian Brave's very far behind now. What would you do if you were playing the Indian Brave now, Joss?
The Indian Brave, we've got to try and get in close, get a good few hits. High kicks like that are good, but I don't think he can come back now.
They're just going behind the pillar there.
What are they hiding
Stealing
for?
off you slightly. Oh, better comeback from the Indian Brave. This is a great comeback now from Carl. But it might be too little, too late. Oh, he's coming back.
That is where he's so effective.
Oh, this is great. Oh, lovely flying spinning kick. He's on the ground. That's it. It's over. The Ninja's very much with a 2 bout to 1.
Well, Mark. Bad luck, Carl.
Now, Mark, in that last bout, I think the way you were fighting, the words big girls and blouse come to mind. Mark, you think that's a fair description of your tactics?
Well, yeah, he was a worthy opponent, and
Yeah.
it's the best challenge I've ever had. So.
Yeah. Carl, big girls blouse tactics?
Yeah, definitely.
And,
Disgrace.
and I noticed at the end of that first bout, you did the head stomp on you. What was going through your mind at that time?
His foot.
Well, I'd love to be able to give the joystick for humour, but unfortunately we can only give it for games playing, which means that Mark gets to go to joystick. Another satisfied punter walks away with a higher percentage of skip in his step. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at this. What? Sorry about that. It's time to get gory. We trawled the vaults to bring you the sickest games around. Mortal Kombat still scores highly as the originator of the death move. Other games were quick to follow. Kasumi Ninja offers some of the best.
Oh, no mercy.
1-0 to Scotland. Let's see that one again, Brian. A special mention goes to the arcade game Bloodstorm for death moves like these. In the shoot-'em-up department, Corpse Killer sounded promising, but just at the last minute, it turned out to be shite. So it was down to the arcade game Revolution X to pump up the gore quotient, and you can even shoot people while they're having a dump. Less frantic but occasionally quite gruesome, Burn Cycle is another CD game that stirred our fleeting interest. On a different note, Ecstatic is not particularly gory, but with scenes like these, it is strangely disturbing. 11th Hour is supposed to be scary, but despite spanky graphics, my pants remained obstinately dry. At the other end of the spectrum, Snatcher boasts some truly appalling graphics like this.
Jeez.
No, the truth is there's not nearly so much gore out there as one would think. Harvester's probably the most frightening game we came across, with a genuinely disconcerting atmosphere and a fair share of gore.
Is that what I think it is?
Yep. It's a spinal cord, all right.
Is it Stephanie?
I don't know. The only clue we got is that card propped up on a pillow.
At the end of the day, though, when it comes to sickness, you just can't beat those tried and tested death moves. Tonight's extra special celebrity is currently fiddling around with his curling tongs. While he's doing that, let's go over to GamesMaster and find out what he'll be playing.
My next challenge is a game on the Jaguar. This time on the shoot-'em-up Alien versus Predator. Predator. Kill. Players must enter a labyrinth infested with interplanetary mischief makers, where they'll have 60 seconds to rack up as many points as they can. The slime-drooling aliens will earn 1,000 points, while the less numerous predators fetch a bounty of 5,000. We are guaranteed a gory contest.
Well, as you know, we strive hard for credibility on this show, and that is why tonight's special guest is none other than RoboCop. For ages, this challenge would be pathetic, but did they listen? Did they bumhole?
Somewhere there is a crime being committed.
And the crime is arse actor in crap costume. Let's pretend this never happened and go to a break. Welcome back. More gratuitous tomfoolery in this half, starting with the consultation zone.
Very special consultation zone, where I'll look to shed light on some of the darkest games. Who dares to be first?
GamesMaster, I can't get any further on his Statica on the PC. I've come to a room where there's a small door, but I don't seem to be able to get through it.
It is the way to go, but since you're too big to fit through it, try a bit of magic. First, collect a twig from the church. Travel to the house of the drunken bear and make your way upstairs, carefully avoiding your host's vicious lunges and desperate halitosis. In the room containing the book, drop the twig into the funny-looking pot. Now, collect 2 more items to complete your spell. A flower from outside the church and a shrub. Take each of these back to the book room and put them in the pot too. Before you can say, Paul Daniels, you will be transformed into a little weasel who can pass through the door and continue on this most worrying of adventures.
Thank you. I am forever in your debt.
Who else wants me to plumb their depths?
GamesMaster, when playing Isle of the Dead on my PC, I find that my shotgun isn't powerful enough. Can I get a better weapon?
I'll tell you how to get tooled up. There's a second, more powerful shotgun in the shed next to the decaying skeleton. But if you try to use it, it will blow your head off. So use the oil on the rag, then the oily rag on the gun. Now you can fire this super gun and keep your head too. Easy when you know how.
Cheers, GamesMaster. You're a star.
Let me indulge one more query.
GamesMaster, I heard for the arcade game Bloodstorm, there were some nasty fatalities on it. Can you tell me how to pull them off, please?
I must confess to enjoying a strange sensation observing this fresh fest, especially when the blunt-witted razor spreads a little happiness with this special meat grinder fatality. To execute this objectionable move, get close and press forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and up. Then watch your opponent open their heart to you and let it all come pouring out.
Yeah, safe route, boy.
Even I sometimes run out of interesting things to say, so I'll bid you farewell. Goodbye.
Phantasmagoria is the latest CD-ROM game to hold out the promise of pant-filling gore and terror. I went along to their HQ in darkest Fresno, California to see if it was going to live up to expectations. I refused to interview the lead actress because she didn't fancy me, so instead I headed straight for the prop cupboard. Now she obviously slaps it on with a trowel, whereas this lady here, this is actually Judy Finnegan without her makeup on. And this girl, actually, she's in two minds about the whole thing. Great gag, Dom. Things were looking up now, so I decided to have a chat with game designer Roberta Williams, and I asked her if she thought it was big and clever for a bird to make a gruesome game.
I don't think of it as gruesome. This horror, horror is a horrible subject. Horror is scary. Horror haunted, like a haunted house. But I really think of it more as a thriller. It's a thriller. It is a scary story, but gruesome isn't a word, that I think of in terms of Phantasmagoria.
Right, bollocks to that then. We'll just have to resort to that other mainstay of late-night telly instead.
I want to fulfill your fantasy.
Indeed. There's no shortage of quality PC software available to keep the one-handed typists amongst us busy. Apart from straight porn, there's legions of so-called games that seem to have little to do with the competitive spirit. Games like Perfect 10 Bikini, in which you have to match the judges' scores in a bikini competition, featuring such contestants as Dottie, Sherry, and Jeannie. I fancy them all because of their enormous personalities.
Whoa, what I wouldn't give to do her plumbing.
More innocent fun can be had in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, a deeply absurd game in which the object is to get John the plumber and Jane the bird into each other's arms.
Hi, my name's John.
God, he's cute. Great looking bod, too.
Along the way, if you don't make the right choices, you can end up in a spot of bother with Jane's boss.
Take your clothes off, Jane.
No, the path of true love does not run smoothly for John and Jane, but if you've got half a brain and hours to spare, they'll get there in the end. Blind Date offers more dating conundrums, this time as you attempt to win over official Fitbird, Sandy.
Hi. Want to shoot some stick?
I beg your pardon? Sandy's a strangely difficult woman to please.
That which does not suck is cool.
In fact, she's a completely mad bird. I spent ages chatting with Sandy, but I didn't get too far.
Wow, I cannot believe how late it is. I have to get up early tomorrow. I have a 6 o'clock meeting with my Celibacy Anonymous group.
Well, pants to you then. Fire was the first game to present a thinly disguised espionage plot as an excuse for ogling birds. It was pretty weird too.
Up on your knees. Yes. Good. Very good. Now take your award.
Out of this genre, my favourite is Spy Club. A truly seminal plot involves you infiltrating a woman's health spa to track down a KGB spy. The first thing you've got to do is get past the receptionist.
Hello, Aero Spa Health Club.
Luckily, all this requires is the presentation of a cuddly toy.
Special delivery.
For me? It's from you. Oh, you darling, he's so cute.
And she certainly loves her teddies.
Oh, yeah, that feels much better.
You're welcome. Once there, it's a simple case of checking out the residence for suspicious activity. This person, for instance, is quite obviously a Russian spy. And so's her mates. It's games like Spy Club that prove even the most sophisticated technology can be made to serve the most basic of drives. Now we're finishing this GamesMaster Gory special with the sickest, most bloodthirstiest game of all. Let's go over to GamesMaster to find out what it is.
My final challenge is on Doom 2 on the PC. Like the original Doom, the idea is simple. Kill or be killed. And as usual, there's enough carnage to satisfy the most demanding of gore fans. The contestant has 2 minutes in which to dispatch 25 alien denizens before they reduce him to a bloody pulp.
Now, we're very lucky to have a Doom expert to play this. Recently voted the greatest Doom player in the world by a panel of me. Please welcome Darren Clark. Now, Diamond, this is the GamesMaster Gory special. What's the most disgusting thing you've seen in your life?
I think it's got to be seeing a friend of mine sitting on the back of a motorbike and throwing up inside his helmet.
What was it like when he took the helmet off him? Was it?
Well, you know how you get the side effect which just sort of splatters out as he frantically tries to open it? Yes, it wasn't pleasant. So.
Excellent. Quick message to anybody eating their dinner at this time. Right, Darmot, if you'd like to sit yourself in the game's playing log, we'll get ready to begin. And raising the stakes of fashion higher than most of us can afford, Dave Perry. Dave, what's the toughest part of this challenge?
Well, I must confess I've been talking to Dermot, and he feels that if he can get to the staircase where there are 4 guys that are firing flames at him, if he can get there, past those guys and take out a machine gunner who'll teleport in with 50% health, he's going to be home and dry.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Dermot, best of luck. You have 2 minutes to destroy 25 nasty denizens, and your time starts now. So off goes Darmot. He's taking out the monkeys first of all. Bottom left-hand corner, you can see the health. Bottom right-hand, that's the armour. Quite good just now. He's coming up. That's his 4th kill so far. Good start, Dave.
Very good start. Yes, he's been very precise. He's just picking them all one at a time. He's chosen to ignore the chain gun, though.
Village people. That guy was in the village people. We had the Tashi and everything. Okay, he's up to 6. His health's taking a bit of a walloping now, though, Dave. 33%. Will there be energy power-ups he can get?
Yeah, there should be a power-up along here somewhere for him. 22% now. He's very, very vulnerable.
And there's some more of the chain gang boys. Okay, a bit quieter now, a bit of time to rest, recuperate, get his thoughts together.
Watch out as he comes around this corner, they're going to be waiting for him.
Big bold shotgun boy, and he's been going for 42 seconds. He's got 2 minutes to do the challenge, so time-wise he doesn't have a problem, Dave.
No, he's still choosing his shotgun, he's still being precise, but time-wise he's well on schedule.
Now they're taking bites out of him, but there's energy power-ups here.
He's lost his temper, he's got his chainsaw out now.
It's blood frenzy here!
He's got a vendetta.
And he's gone, energy's gone down a bit now. He's not going to go through that little black passage.
No, I think that's a good decision. He goes to this room, but as he comes to this room, he's going to meet plenty of opposition.
Yes,
here we go.
He's carbon water, he's got about 7 to get. He's got about 6 more to get.
He just wants blood, he's bloodletting.
1 minute 17 seconds to go, there's only a few more he's got to get left.
Straight into the crowd with his chainsaw in front of him, just down to 1.
But he's busted belly in the last one. Dermot has done the challenge with 1% energy left. Okay, now Dermot, that was very, very close at the end there. And what was the trickiest part of that for you?
Definitely getting up the stairs. I made a real mess of it getting up to that point. And
a bit like your friend in the bike helmet.
I felt pretty ill, yeah. No problems. But they didn't shoot me and it was close.
But everyone's happy in the end?
Certainly are.
Apart from the blokes you've left lying with blood gushing out of them in there, of course. All right, so congratulations, Dermot. You've won the special Gory Golden GamesMaster Joystick. That's it. I'm off to make people watch the last series of GamesMaster. See you later. Bye-bye. May you rot in hell.
Woo!